Welcome to Barcelona. It's race day at the Spanish Grand Prix, and Formula One in 2025 continues with round 9 of the World Championship. It is a familiar venue to the championship. It is one that McLaren haven't won at since 2005. Oscar Piastri is on pole, looking to erase that stat and win his 5th Grand Prix of the campaign. Here's the lap. It's 4.6 kilometers, 2.8 miles in length, and today we'll run 66 laps for the Spanish Grand Prix, the 35th edition of the World Championship held at this venue. These are the tyres, and keeping these tyres running the distance is going to define who takes this Grand Prix. It's the C3, the C2 and the C1 as we move from the softer end of the Pirelli range to the harder end because of the duration in length of these corners in front of you. It is round 9 of the World Championship. We are racing in Spain once again. Let's go from the back to the front and show you the grid. So Lance Stroll has withdrawn. Yuki Tsunoda will start from the pit lane. Last car on the grid will be Franco Colapinto. They've replaced the gearbox, but not the specification, so he's on the grid and not in the pit lane. Home favourite Carlos Sainz, therefore, on the back row. Esteban Ocon in 16th, and then it is Nico Hülkenberg next to him. Oliver Behrman in 14th. Liam Lawson lines up P13 on the grid for this one. Best start in Formula One for Gabriel Bortoleto in 12th. Alex Albon is 11th for Williams, their best qualifying here since 2017. Tells a story. Fernando Alonso, 10th at his home race. Isaac Hadjar once again in that top 10 in his rookie season. Pierre Gasly looking for his 2nd points finish of the year. Charles Leclerc chose his own strategy, elected to take the hit in qualifying, try and take the benefit in the Grand Prix. Antonelli is 6th. Lewis Hamilton, the lead Ferrari on the grid, for only the 2nd time since he joined the team. George Russell went from 4th to the lead last year. Max Verstappen has been talking up doing just that in the press conference after qualifying, and it's the first McLaren front row lockout here since Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard. And the Spanish Grand Prix is underway. We're racing to turn number 1. Max Verstappen is going to roar around Lando Norris and take 2nd place in the Grand Prix. Antonelli was off the road and now rejoins, and it looked like Lewis Hamilton was able to sweep around the outside and get up to 4th. He did so. Both Ferraris get past George Russell on the opening lap. Charles Leclerc following through Lewis Hamilton. And through goes Hülkenberg up to the top 10.
He looks for a wide outside. I don't believe I've just seen that.
He wasn't going to take it lying down. Hülkenberg retakes the position.
Launched his start beautifully. Look at the Ferraris behind. They were already wheel to wheel as they're running, and then the action at the front, George Russell looking and thinking about the inside as Max sweeps it around Lando Norris. Not a great reaction and getaway for Lewis Hamilton, and look how close the Ferraris were. We saw Leclerc's wheels come up alongside.
Lawson has a little touch as well. I think he'll have got away with that at the start of the race.
Then he had no choice but to take to the runoff area.
Across the line we go. Max Verstappen checking the left-hand mirror. Slam dunk move into turn number 1. The McLaren gets past the Red Bull. Norris gets past Verstappen. This is Fernando Alonso locking up and going off into the gravel.
Very unusual to see a mistake from Fernando.
No further action. He can retire from the Grand Prix. His torturous run is complete. Oh, contact again. Liam Lawson with more of it into turn 1.
Yeah, so this looks like a fairly late lunge, and well, look, for me, that was too little too late, and I think that the Haas, at a certain point, you have to stop looking in your mirrors and start looking at the apex.
3rd stop for Max.
They tried something different. They went to the 3 stop. They tried to get in McLaren's head.
That's a tough one there.
He's got his teammate ahead of him, who will leap out of the way best he can, and he does so. You can see Piastri's gone past, and that's the problem with cars battling in front of you, because now Norris is going to be losing time. Verstappen will need just the tiniest sniff to get involved. It's cars all over the road, but as we get through Norris's gap, look at it, it's down to 0.4 of a second.
Yellow flag out.
Oh, off the road goes Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah, that engine is a telltale sign that it's not a mistake, it's a technical.
There are facilities to recover the car, but a full safety car has been deployed.
Piastri pits.
Norris in as well.
Them.
And Verstappen comes into the pit lane.
What is his tire?
That's the hard tire, Max.
Why? Why are we on a hard?
That was the only option.
Back to green flag racing. Can Lando Norris get with his teammate ahead of Verstappen? Nearly drops it. Charles Leclerc goes through. Can George Russell make it by? Verstappen jumps over the road. It's Piastri, Norris. Charles Leclerc is third. There's the oh my word. And there's the contact at high speed. He then checks the left-hand mirror. Oh my word, that was nearly Grand Prix over.
That was absolutely sensational car control for him to keep it out of the barriers. That would have been an almighty crash. Yeah, Verstappen not moving at all. Leclerc shifting to the left-hand side. There's a slight touch and there's another touch then as Russell chanced his arm down the inside.
Max, can you let Russell through, please? Let Russell through.
What? I was ahead. Wait, what?
My advice is to let him through.
Wait, I was ahead. He just ran me off the road.
But that's the rules.
Oh, contact! Max Verstappen into the side of George Russell. We were hearing the advice not taken.
George is then on the outside and wham!
Big hit into the side of the Mercedes.
So he's behind and then just doesn't turn.
And Hulkenberg has a run on Lewis Hamilton, and he's going through to the inside to take P6. What is going on right now? And Alonso's got past Lawson, and he's finally going to get a point. What a Grand Prix finish. Drama everywhere you look. No dramas for Oscar Piastri, who wins his 5th Grand Prix of the year. Piastri takes the Spanish Grand Prix. It's a McLaren one too.
It's the checkered flag. What a race.
In a race where so many were speculating we could have a resetting of the order, papaya rules once again.
Obviously a great start and good first stint meant that I could set up the rest of the race a bit easier. Getting through all the traffic was really tough, and the dirty air from 3 seconds, 4 seconds back starts to already make a big difference, and I felt like it was difficult to get through that at points, but I feel like when I needed to push and unleash the pace, then I could do a good job. And obviously the safety car at the end, I felt like I managed that pretty well, and then I knew I had the pace, so a good weekend.
I mean, still a good weekend. I lost out to the better guy this weekend. He performed yesterday, and that gave him the advantage today. So nothing more than that. I know where I need to improve. I know what I need to do better. I feel confident that I can do it. But you can't win them all. As much as I want to. It takes time to progress, and that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I mean, I did not expect to get that podium. I mean, we knew that we had a bit of an advantage with the tyre choices we had. The first part of the race was super positive for the sacrifices we did yesterday. The last part of the race was a little bit less positive, but wasn't too bad. And then the safety car helped us. Basically, Max had no tyres to go on the hard tyre, which put him in a bad situation, and we took advantage of it.
Look, that's how Max goes racing. As I said, he was in P4, I was in P5, I ended up P4, he ended up P10. So from my side, glad that I managed to finish the race. Not really sure what he was thinking because he cost himself and his team a lot of points.
Yeah, I had a big moment there in the last corner. Unfortunately, the hard tires had a very low grip. So that was quite painful. But yeah, basically we just ran out of tires. I mean, in hindsight, was it better to stay out? Maybe, I don't know. It's always easy to say afterwards. And because of those hard tires, you get into those situations.
George has given his take on the incident. What's your take on that? And also the 10-second
I don't need to
penalty?
say anything about it because it doesn't matter anyway. And we can't be critical about anything. So